What's up, everyone? Bret Wallace, your Fort Bend, Texas realtor, here to talk to you today about earnest money and option fees. What are they? What do they do? What the heck are they even about? So we're kind of progressing in the buying series right now. We'll do listings and selling signs, some other cool stuff related, title and loans later on. But just want to keep going down the buying path right now, especially if like my first-time home buyers or people that aren't super familiar with it. So earnest money, what is it? In Texas, at least, it's 1% generally of the contract price. So you're buying a $250,000 home, it's generally $2,500, and that goes to the title company, whether it's Stewart Title, Capital Title, or an attorney's office. I know some other states, attorneys close your transactions. So 1% goes to them, and it's called escrow. In California, I know they say escrow a lot more than down here. So basically, the escrow company keeps it. It's a neutral third party to the contract that keeps the money, and it goes towards what you're bringing on the day of closing. So it's basically what keeps the buyer honest, and it serves as liquidated damages should the buyer not close or break the contract. So the seller takes the home off the market, right, and they're not allowed really to, well, you can keep it pending, continue to show, but not many agents show homes that are under contract. So you're kind of taking the home off the market of the sellers doing that for you because they know that you're going to buy the home. So if it's a month, 25, 35 days that they're not on the market and they miss out potentially on another buyer, they're paying carrying costs, insurances, taxes, mortgage, and then they have to go back active as a result of something outside of the loan or stuff you find during your option period, which we'll get to in a second. It's basically for breach of contract and liquidated damages to the seller. It's what keeps people honest in the buying side. But that money does go towards whatever amount you're bringing to close. So if you're supposed to bring 20 grand to close and you already have 2,500 at the title company, you're bringing 17.5 because you already got 2,500 towards your closing. Okay, so option fee, what is it and what does it do for you? Basically, the option fee, and it's paragraph 23 in the Texas Real Estate Commission, the TREC docs, the TAR docs, Texas Association Realtor docs that we use, and that is basically your termination option. You are purchasing the unrestricted right to cancel the contract and get your 1% earnest money back. Okay, so it's generally depends on the price point of the home. For homes that are 200, 300,000, I see a lot of $25 a day option periods, and you and your realtor are going to decide if you need a 5-day option, a 7-day option, a 10-day option. There's no set time procurement for that. It's kind of what your offer and what you want, but that's why it's kind of a per diem price. Believe me, if you get to a $500,000 home, $1 million home, it's going to be a lot more than $25 a day, probably be closer to 100, but that's negotiable. So you are purchasing the unrestricted right to cancel the contract within that time period. So if you have a 10-day option period and on day 9, you have a nightmare, right? Not even anything inspection related or anything. You can cancel and not even give a reason. It's polite to give the other realtor a reason why, but honestly, you could have a premonition, a bad dream, a change of heart, whatever. You are purchasing the unrestricted, and that is the key word, unrestricted. Right to do that. Non-foreclosures or REO properties, sometimes it's not like that, but your realtor will know that before getting into it. They actually need cited reasons for backing out a lot of times, but with general contracts, Jane Doe, John Doe, buyer to seller, it's unrestricted. So the option fee does, again, go towards your closing costs should you make it to closing, which we all, 95% of the time we do. That money is going to be waiting for you at the closing table and go towards your closing cost amount the day you're supposed to bring all your money to closing. So the option fee, again, that is it's basically the option period, termination option, that is when you do your inspections because you have leverage. You can walk away and get your 1% earnest money back, and just the cost of the inspection and your option fee is retained by the seller for their time off the market. But $150, $200, $250, $300, $400, whatever the option amount is, pales in comparison when you're talking about a $250,000, $500,000 investment. You want to do your inspections, make sure all your due diligence is done, check in with the HOA if you're wanting to do something specific in your backyard or do something. That's the time to make sure that you can do it, right? So your due diligence, your inspections, that's during your first 5, 7, 10 days of the option or the contract, which is your option period. It's vital to do everything then because, again, you can ask for something to be fixed on the home, day 25 of the contract, at a 30-day contract and say, hey, I want the roof replaced. Well, good luck. You can always ask for repairs, but the reason we do it in the option period is because that's when you have the unrestricted right to walk away from the contract and get your 1% earnest money back from the title company. So again, that's earnest money, that's option fee. There's a lot of other little things like that, but that's basically the first two checks that are made once you go under contract with somebody, the buyer and seller agree, buyer and seller signatures and initials go on the contract together. Those monies are due within 3 days after the signing and the execution of the contract. So at least that's how it is in Texas. Again, whatever state you're in, you want to talk to a professional, real estate professional, call your local governing boards to find out the rules and kind of strictures in your particular jurisdiction or wherever you're practicing real estate or looking to buy in. Again, I'm Bret Wallace. This is Fort Bend County, Texas real estate. I love what I do. Anything you guys have, any questions or videos you want me to cover the topics of, comment below, send me a message. You can look on my website, bretwallace.com, for my contact info, email me, text me, call me. If you have any ideas or have any questions whatsoever, send them to me and I'll do a video. Or if you just want to talk to me personally, reach out. I'm always here for you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you like it, and talk with you soon. Until next time.